Attorney General Loretta Lynch to talk about what actions he can take to reduce gun violence. He's expected to use executive action to strengthen background checks required for gun purchases. Now, Republican presidential candidates wasted no time blasting it.
I will veto that. I will unsign that so fast. So fast.
All these executive orders he's going to come out with tomorrow that are going to undermine our Second Amendment rights on my first day in office, they're gone.
The so-called gun show loophole, which is I think what he's talking about, doesn't exist. People that want to sell randomly, occasionally sell guns ought to have the right to do so without being impaired by the federal government.
And as you can see, this gunfight is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's a reason we did our series of special reports weeks ago tackling all sides of the gun control issue. Dr. Rizzulli went to a local gun show today to see what sellers think about the president's new plans.
What a lot of people don't know is that the so-called gun show loophole applies to a lot more places than just gun shows. In fact, if you're buying from any place except a professional dealer like the one behind me, then you don't need a background check.
All your dealers, they have to do background checks.
In my opinion, we're already doing what's right.
Sellers at a gun show in Georgia are reacting to the president's plan to force everyone, even people making one-time sales of their own personal property, to do background checks on the buyers. Right now, unlicensed private sellers are only held to the honor system.
I think if I got to do it, everybody should have to do it, really.
Some I talked to think the president's proposed changes are meaningless, arguing they would have prevented very few of the recent mass shootings, and there's still plenty of ways a bad guy can get a gun if he wants it.
Good guy can turn into a bad guy quick.
They're going to get them some other way as opposed to legal means anyway.
We know we can't stop every act of violence, but what if we tried to stop even one? What if Congress did something, anything, to protect our kids from gun violence?
None of the sellers I met tonight were against the idea of background checks in general, but nearly all of them said the president's attitude towards guns makes them nervous.
I can't see it being a bad idea, but I just don't want that to get to the point where it's over-governing of buying firearms legally.
To me, I can't see that there's a problem, but, I don't run all the gun shows across the United States either, so I just have to look at it from my opinion right here.
This gun show promoter says new laws or not, nothing's going to change at his events because he already requires his vendors to do background checks anyway. I'm Dr. Rizzulli, CBS 46 News.
Meantime, on Thursday, President Obama is joining CNN for a